Supplements are things that we eat before food or after food, but we are not sure whether it's really gonna work out for everyone. And today, we have a very, very special group of guests with us to uncover the truth about supplements. Let's welcome Benchmark Lifestyle team.
Thank you. Thank you. My name is Shirley and I'm the founder of Benchmark.
I'm Joanne. I'm Auntie Shirley's niece.
I'm Edmund, and I'm a retired pharmacist and a food technologist and an independent consultant to Benchmark.
What do your company do?
My company sells health supplements, and we distribute quality, safe supplements taken from suppliers who have a long record of safety and integrity.
What does your company do that sets you apart from other supplements?
What we do that sets us apart is that our supplements comes with scientific backings. They have not just 1 year but 25 years sometimes of a long history of that, and they invest even in like 25 million USD in a production plant that gives you the best quality in terms of retaining the nutrients and the bioavailability that makes it work.
Have you seen a cow chewing grass?
Yes.
It's chew and regurgitate, chew and chew. What is the purpose of that?
Yeah.
It's to extract the nutrients.
Yeah.
So we are here trying to make instant a product to save you time, to make it easily, readily available. Open the cap and then you stir. So this is what Hagiwara is doing. You know that he has moved his plant into the fields, where the grass are cut at the right length and it's being processed right in the middle of the field. Why? To save the time of destruction of the enzymes, the minerals and the vitamins. So they can do one there and instantly drying there, not under elevated heat but at normal temperature so that the enzymes are retained in a powder form. So what you see is you just open without realizing, so much has been done to the product. It's just a novel product. I
had really very bad eczema for 3.5 years, been followed up by a very good skin doctor, the late Professor Chan Heng Leong. I was on the course of steroids. I even had to go for injections, but it took someone to give me a jar of barley green and say, take this, it will really help you because it will take out what that's in your body because it detoxes. And all I did was to try it and it really worked for me. And I brought that same thing, that jar, to my doctor and said, this really cleared. He saw my skin all cleaned up and he said, continue with it if it works.
So this barley green is the one that helps you eradicate all your eczema?
Yes, that's right.
And ever since then, do you ever get eczema?
I have never gotten it back again.
So you believe that it is this bottle?
I definitely believe, because I then learned that there was scientific research done by the manufacturer in medical universities like Johns Hopkins and George Washington on eczema, on skin, and not just on eczema, on psoriasis and a whole range of other skin problems.
I think when it comes to supplements, there's always two parts to it, the science and the marketing. So how do you guys find a good balance between science and branding of your product?
We use a direct sale marketing that we educate people, we hold talks, and that's very effective. And the most effective is because the product works. Like let's say they see my skin, that was the first thing. It sells by itself. We have people, let's say with eye issues, like let's say macular degeneration, when they take the products, it really works because they go to the doctor and there is an improvement. So for me, I didn't pay attention to marketing, but today I will need to, because there's a whole new generation on social media. I can't reach that crowd. But my generation, what we want is we ask our doctors, we ask the pharmacists, we check it out. But that generation is all about social media. But this is a section that Joanne can answer better,
Yeah, on social media, you see a lot of new health food companies putting out really nice packaging out there. However, I think what consumers are missing is really reading the label. So for example, I'm pregnant now, I have to take a lot of supplements, but not all supplements are created equal. For example, calcium, there's calcium carbonate and calcium citrate. Citrate is much better, much easier on your kidneys, much more bioavailable, so it absorbs in your body much faster. However, a lot of people don't know calcium carbonate is so cheap is so easy to synthetically manufacture in a lab, and then just because there's nice branding, nice packaging, people buy it. So I would say that people should really educate themselves and read the labels.
To do their own research before
Yes.
getting what they eat.
Yeah.
For our audience out there, I think a lot of them are exposed to very exaggerated marketing about supplements. And a lot of times, a lot of companies, they like to brand it until like it's like some elixir. You know, in
Yes.
Chinese we call it 仙丹.
Yep.
And because of this, I think it's very normal for the audience to feel very skeptical about supplements. What do you have to say to people out there that are skeptical to supplements or any of products out there?
Health food, fortunately or unfortunately, does not require any stringent test. We call it the double blind. Placebo is blank, and the real product presented to the patient or the subjects. So they don't know they're taking the real or the actual product. So these placebo trials are very expensive, very extensive, and very long lasting sometimes. So they don't need you to do this for health food. So people get a loophole here. I don't need to do double blind, no need to do that. Out goes into the market. This is a product that is shining example, very good, take it. So who are the victims?
The consumer.
But unlike the medicine, say I'm a pharmacist before, you find that this has to go through many trials, clinical trials, even years and years before they say, okay, the product is efficacious, go ahead. Or it's not efficacious, stop it. So this is something that is not done with health food, and people are taking advantage of that situation.
Our labels and our products, we send them to HSA for scrutiny. And we were very surprised when 2 of our products, the vitamin C and the calcium, came back as medicinal grade. And so I asked one of them, so what do you mean when you say medicinal grade? He said, if you eat 1 kilo fruits, because our vitamin C, like Joanne mentioned earlier, there are a lot of synthetic out there. Ours, you use a whole Accelera fruit. If you eat 1 kilo, it is food. But if you take 100 kilos to make 1 kilo powder, it's medicinal. So it works. And also the calcium, a lot of calcium in the market are from limestone because it's the cheapest source, but it contains a lot of calcium, 40%, one of the highest count. In plants, you don't get it so high. But your body has to break down the limestone to get the calcium out, to extract out. So if you don't have a strong stomach acid, and that's why they add that vitamin D for absorption. You can't extract it out. So you may see 1,000 milligrams, of which 40% is actually calcium, 400 milligrams, but your body can only extract maybe 60 milligrams or 70. But ours, the Germans, do a fermentation on the calcium carbonate, which is limestone, draw out the calcium and bind it to a plant. And so when you take it, it really goes into your bone cell, the bioavailability.
Fortunately, our HSA bans people from mentioning diseases such as blindness, sexual dysfunction, cancer. You cannot mention that in promoting your product, and that's a good protective measure
For the company.
Otherwise, you find all the products. It's good for this, good for that, good for everything. That's unbelievable. So we have that protection.
But I think if you want to talk about skepticism, because sometimes the salesman will say, oh, you take this, it'll work. So the consumer will say, yeah, take it for 1 week, it didn't work for me. But actually, health supplements it will take time for your body to actually take in the nutrients and for it to repair, for it to detox. Much like even if you have a cold, you go and see a doctor, he gives you a course of antibiotics for a week. If a medicine needs about a week sometimes. I think the other misconception or skepticism is it should be safe. What's put out there should be safe, the supplement. But not all supplements are safe to consume. But even having said this, I will tell you that last year's figures on 2024 for global consumption of health supplements is US dollars 485 million. Billion, not million, billion. And they say that in 2030 it will be 700 billion. So while there is skepticism, I think there are more people who believes in it, because the whole world has changed. People are more aware
Of
that
health,
yeah,
right?
of
More
health.
conscious.
There's also an aging population, and people do know that it does support. I mean, if you have osteoporosis, it does help.
In the market now, there's a lot other supplements that claim to be all natural, but in the end, it is full of synthetic ingredients, and worse still, packed with steroids. It can help us in the short term, but all the problems will come up later on. So how do you convince the consumers, or rather the elderlies who don't watch podcasts or news, that your product is 100% safe for consumption?
You see, there are many wild claims circling around every day of this new beautiful packaging. So don't be fooled by it, don't be attracted by it. They are good and reliable sources. Just a step away, ask the pharmacist, ask the nurse, ask your doctor or caregiver, because many of these things are Greek to the old folks, you know. They wouldn't know where to begin, what it is all about. So please, educate yourself first. Prepare yourself first before you come out the money to buy.
I think this is something very, very important to take note of.
Yeah.
What's the hardest part of pushing supplements to people?
The hardest part is to tell them the truth. You know, what is the plain truth? They need to know what they are buying. They need to know what is the value for their money. For example, barley green. What do they get out of it? What is it claiming to be? Claiming the benefits to be. So they should know this.
But there's like so many things out there, you know, like different supplements, they give different kind of information. Some might be very truthful, some might be not
First, they have to
truthful.
look at the company that manufactures it. They need to look at the claims, substantiated claims that the company is trying to sell. So these are important pointers that they should look for.
I think when I first started out, the difficulty would be to convince people why they need supplements. They say, I can get it out of my food. Why do I need to take supplements? You know, I can find my vitamin C, A, D, whatever in the fruits and vegetables. But for us, studies have shown that the fruits and vegetables today commercially are grown so badly that even before the nutrients can all go into the fruits, it's harvested. So therefore, when you eat something, you may not get the full nutrient count at all. So that's where supplementation comes in for help to nourish your body.
Yeah, so I think nowadays it's been scientifically proven that our food lacks the nutrition it once did back in the day because our soil is polluted, and so supplementation can help to provide your body the nutrients that it needs to be at its optimal level. I think Auntie Shirley also has had a very good experience with supplements. Actually,
Bottle of supplement fresh, because you say it's slowly being processed without heat, room temperature. So how do you make it like I open and it's still fresh, won't go spoil?
so barley green uses a award-winning freeze-drying process so that it retains all the nutrients. So when you add water inside, that's when the nutrients will reactivate.
Do you recommend warm water, cold water?
Definitely not warm,
Okay.
cold or room temperature.
To keep the nutrients alive.
These supplements that you have, is it safe for people with indigestion or allergies to take?
But barley green is a natural product. When you say allergy, it's actually meant to help allergy patients. In fact, these two indications that you mentioned, stomach upset and and allergy, barley green helps these people. The hallmark of this product is that it goes directly to address that problem. So that one shouldn't be fearful that it causes allergy. But when allergy occurs, so it can occur in any product. So when it occurs, because each of us are different, when it occurs, you will know. And the best thing and the best advice is to stop using it.
Barley green is basically a vegetable, it's grass. So unless you're allergic to grass, I don't think you should have a reaction. However, barley green has a kelp version and a non-kelp version. So if someone has like a thyroid problem, they probably should not take the kelp version. Otherwise, it's pretty safe
To be consumed.
to be consumed. Yeah.
Also, since she's mentioned this, the person would know their condition, their own medical condition, and if someone say they are on dialysis, maybe the product may not be so suitable, not because the product is no good, because the kidneys cannot manage to get rid of potassium. Say for example, they can't even eat bananas. People in that category can't even take a lot of fruits and vegetables. So this nurse, will tell you.
So my co-host here.
Yeah,
That's right.
because I have a series of questions to ask you.
Yeah.
Because coming back to the cancer, because cancer patients might go through chemotherapy, and some of them also will have to insert some nasogastric tube. So I would like to check, is it suitable for them to take this supplement as a replacement or a boost to their body?
I wouldn't say Valigreen replaces anything, but a support, if I can use the right term. I would rather they ask your doctor and tell the doctor that will this supplement be okay? Because some doctors or oncologists will rather you don't take anything, no vitamin C, no Valigreen, no nothing. They don't want it to interfere. But Professor Alan Gosai has done it, his research, and he found that it really complements. I think many years ago, I can't quote you exactly, but I think the national here in Singapore also, also did a study on some natural health foods, whether they do support, and Valigreen was quoted that it does support.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
That's this bilberry that we sell that's really good quality. We use 90 to 100 kilos to make 1 kilo powder, but for the lutein, the extraction of the lutein, we use 250 kilos to make 1 kilo. But you know, in all natural fruits or vegetables, they do have some toxic stuff. That's why they say you can't overeat, because you do have toxic stuff. And bilberry is one that has a free anthocyanidin.
This product has up to only 1% the toxic product, and it is a very notable finding. 1% only the toxic anthocyanin. It is very safe. Very safe.
Because toxicity, I think if I remember correctly, I think it's 10. Ours is only 1%. So they say restricted to maximum. So you won't find it in other labels, but my red flag is when they don't have enough description. We give a lot of percentages in terms of active ingredient that is found, and we have the certificates to prove it.
Talking about bilberry, so I'm very interested because I got 2 children wearing glasses. It's one of the biggest problems in Singapore now. Young children are wearing spectacles, they play games. So is it true that it will really enhance or help with the myopia?
We have a lutein in the product and bilberry. So these two components are very important in the question that you ask. Glaucoma is also one of them. It helps to reduce this glaucoma because of the blood circulation also going in, and the antioxidants substances present in these two products. So jointly, they will help to mitigate this problem that you're talking about. Over time, it will help the patient. Yeah, that's why you're seeing benefits of your patient that you mentioned. And also, Joanne will talk to you about the dry eyes.
A lot of my friends and I, we work long hours in the office, so this supplement really helped me. I couldn't even wear my contacts for like 2 hours previously, so I started taking bilberry, and then I found that my eyes were not dry anymore. It was pretty drastic change overnight.
I see.
What is the one most important thing that they should take away from today's conversation? What they should look out for when they buy for supplements? Or things, anything regarding supplements?
For me, I think safety is paramount, and quality. When I say quality, it encompasses everything: bioavailability and the concentrations of the active ingredient that they should be looking for.
Supplements are meant to supplement and not to replace. So please remember that. Don't think that you can walk away just taking a supplement and off you go to the office.
And therefore the name supplement.
Yes, therefore it is a supplement. So please remember that.
My biggest tip for buying supplements is to look for whole food, natural sources. So instead of buying a synthetic vitamin C like ascorbic acid, look for something that comes in the form of a fruit. So that would be my pro tip.
Yes, and I totally agree with what Joanne said, because I believe you are what you eat, so you need to know what is in your supplements. I'm really thankful for our beloved guests to be with us today, uncovering the secrets of the supplements behind. Thank you!
And thank you too. Thank you. It's been a
And last
pleasure.
but not least, thank you to our audience for joining us today. Goodbye!
Thank you.
Bye.